Hello everybody, welcome back to another video where I talk over a game and I talk about all kinds of things that are like neurodivergency related. And today I wanted to talk about context, which is something that I think we lack the most. It's pretty well known that we're not good at taking hints, etc, but also I think that there's another issue there, aside from us not really understanding or seeing the context, is that the other side of the conversation often sees more context than there's actually present. Like, I'll say something, and then the reaction I get back is so much more passionate, I would say, than would actually be warranted for the thing that I just said, like the literal words that I just said. And it's probably because the person who's hearing those words hears the words, but then also hears a whole bunch of other stuff that's connected in their mind to those words. Like the other day, we had this sandwich event at work. Every once in a while, we get free sandwiches. And a coworker of mine was going to have a meeting during that time, so I asked them if I needed to bring them a sandwich. Like, I'm going to go down there, might as well grab one for you, so you can have one when you're done with your meeting, like that. And that's all I asked, just, shall I bring you a sandwich? And the reaction I got back was, I would almost say insulted, and I'm not entirely sure how to describe it. It was kind of snippy. Like, I don't even really remember the exact wording. It was kind of like, well, I think they're probably going to go take a look at the sandwiches themselves, don't you think? And then maybe I can grab one then and stuff like that. Like, almost insulted that I would ask them if I needed to bring them a sandwich. And I'm not sure what context they attached to it. Like, maybe they thought that I thought that she wasn't capable, that there's some type of capability issue with them, that everything that you say to them will go through that lens. And then every response that you get back goes back through that same lens as well. Or maybe they thought that because they're a bit on the heavy side, that maybe I was implying that they surely couldn't go without a free sandwich or something. I don't know what it is, but that's nowhere near what I was saying, because I was simply asking if I should bring them a sandwich. And that's it, full stop. And stuff like that will probably happen quite a lot if you're neurodivergent, because we just say the things that we say, and we mean the things that we say. And then there's other people that read into that stuff that isn't there. Another example was this coworker who had Fridays off. So one Thursday afternoon, I'm about to go home. They were going to stay later than me. So I'm saying like my goodbyes, have a nice afternoon. And then I just casually said like, oh, you got tomorrow off, right? Like something like that. And then the reaction I got back was like almost angry. Like, yeah, even though I got time off, doesn't mean I'm not going to do anything. I'm working for school and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I was like, wow, like almost bit my head off just because I asked if they had a day off. Like, there's probably a lot of pressure on having days off with that person, but I'm not there to try and poke at them and poke at their insecurities and go, oh my God, you're so lazy, we're taking Fridays off. Wow, look at that. Look at you and all your extra time off when we're here working. Wow, like that. I'm not doing that. I'm just asking about their day off, just casually, neutrally. I don't know what you're going to do. Maybe you're going to spend the entire day in bed. I don't care. I'm just casually inquiring. But apparently that's not how it was received. And then it also makes me wonder if the perceived communication issues that the neurotypicals like to point out that the neurodivergents have are not necessarily just that we're direct, but maybe more that they add context where there is none. Also, I kind of want to step away from the idea that all the issues between neurotypicals and neurodivergents are always going to be because the neurodivergents are different. A lot of things in this world are just kind of stacked against us. And a lot of people just have a lot of issues. Like, I noticed that because I have this resting bitch face, and when I'm walking around outside, I tend to have a bit of a Mona Lisa smile, like I'm smiling without actually smiling. I'm not consciously aware of the fact that I'm smiling, but I have a slight smile on my face because over time I just kind of grew to always be kind of smiling, because apparently when I was frowning too much, that got me too much negative attention. So I subconsciously said to myself, okay, you need to be at least somewhat smiling, I guess, when you're out in public, to stop people from just thinking that you're straight up angry. So I walk around, I have a bit of a Mona Lisa smile, I'm just going about my business, not doing anything in particular. I'll be walking my dog or whatever. And some people react by smiling back, some people don't react at all. And then there are those who just kind of get angry or annoyed or something, start being extra mean, trying to get in my way or whatever, and I'm still not doing anything other than just walking the dog in this case. But they just go out of their way to get in my way, so to speak. And I think it's to do with the fact that something about the way that I look, the way that my face looks, triggers something in them. And that starts up an entire circus, and it ends with, I have to get them back somehow. Similarly, if you're at an office and one of the coworkers just doesn't like you, but you've never actually done anything to them, it's probably because of something that's going on inside of them, rather than something that you've actually done or said. That doesn't make it any better, but maybe it'll help you understand that you're not really the issue in these cases. There might not be much you can do about it, but understanding that, I guess, can put your mind at ease a little bit more. It's still annoying. I mean, I've got a few neighbors as well that give me the stink eye for no particular reason, or just avoid me or never want to talk to me or anything like that, just avoid eye contact. I've never said anything to them. I've never done anything to them. As far as I'm aware, I'm a very quiet neighbor who doesn't actually do anything weird, like I don't make excess noise, I don't stomp around on the floor, I don't have loud music playing, I don't have a TV that's blaring, my dog doesn't bark, I don't put trash anywhere. Matter of fact, I think I stick to all the rules. I try to park my car in a way that it doesn't get in the way of anybody else. Like, I'm doing all the things that I think are supposed to be done. And if there are things that I'm doing that are apparently not good, then nobody's told me that, and I'm going to keep doing those until people let me know that I'm doing something wrong or doing something that annoys them. I think that's also why some people are upset with neurodivergent people, because they think that you should just know why they're upset with you without them having to tell you that. But if there are actually any neurotypicals listening who are upset with somebody who is potentially neurodivergent, and that person has not yet adjusted their behavior, then know that they do not know why you're upset with them, and you should probably just tell them in a neutral tone what the issue is, and then maybe they can adjust whatever it is that they're doing, or they can explain what's happening so that you understand them better as well, and then you can finally get to some type of resolution, because if you don't talk to each other, you don't tell each other straight up what the issue is, you're not going to resolve it ever. If they ever change their behavior to suit you somehow, and they don't know that the new change makes you less angry, they didn't change it because they got the message. They changed it because something else happened that made them change their behavior, and it just so happens that you like their new behavior better. So if you want to see that change a little sooner, make sure to not drop vague hints. Just come out and say what it is that the issue is without putting any blame on anybody, because it's just more of a neutral thing, like this is happening and it's bothering me in these ways. I would like it if it stopped, like that type of thing. Don't try to assign any blame, because that's not going to help anybody either. But yeah, this is a very context-heavy world, and some countries are more context-heavy than others. I think I mentioned that in a couple of videos ago, I think a few videos more than a couple ago, that there's this research that they did, that there are certain countries that are coconut countries, peach countries, or peach cultures, I should say, by which they meant that there are low-context countries, which are the coconut cultures, or they just so happen to also be coconut cultures. In any case, those places are places where people tend to be a little slow to warm up to you, but once you're through the initial shell, you're in, like that type of thing. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you got the peach cultures, where initially people are very friendly to you, but in order to get to the actual inner circle, you have to work very, very hard. And peach cultures, for instance, are the United States, Canada, and also Japan. Those are pretty big peach cultures. And coconut places are more like Northwestern Europe, Scandinavia, that type of thing, where people are a little bit more stoic. And also probably very low context, meaning they just kind of say what it is. They're more direct that way, making it easier to understand what's going on. They don't have to read into stuff so much. Although I'm in the Netherlands, and I'm also here to tell you that it's still difficult for an autistic person to live in a low context country, because there will also be certain measures that you have to meet socially. So it's not like it's a no context country, it's more of a low context country. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm also going to stop recording because somebody has their laundry machine going, and that makes the pipes make a lot of banging noises that also ends up in the recording. I hate that, but it happens. Let me know in the comment section what you think about all this. I'd love to hear from you. In any case, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye-bye for now.